What's up, guys? So I'm continuing my series of videos talking about my favorite books that have been released this year. In this video, I'm going to talk about my two favorites from Image Comics that were released this year. I have a runner-up and then my absolute #1 top favorite. So I'll just get right into it. So my runner-up from Image that came out this year was 8 Billion Genies. This book is fantastic. It's a story about every person on Earth suddenly gets their own genie, and they look like this. They're like little floating blue people. And they grant one single wish, and you can't wish for more wishes or anything like that. Everybody on the planet gets one single wish from their own little personal genie. And the story is about what happens to the world when that happens, when 8 billion people have their own wishes. You know, what does the world look like? What does that do to the world? What's really great about this book is that there's no loopholes or plot holes or anything. Like, they explain everything to the smallest detail. It's just really interesting. You can tell that there was a lot of thought put into this. I just really love this. This was a really interesting and unique story, and my second favorite from Image this year. And my favorite book from Image this year is Do a Powerbomb. So I didn't think that I was going to like this series. I actually didn't pick it up right when it came out because, you know, it's about wrestling, and I'm not a wrestling fan. I don't know anything about wrestling. But some friends of mine talked me into it. They talked about how great the first issue was, so I went and picked it up. And holy cow, guys, this book is phenomenal. It's about this young girl here. Her mother was a wrestler, and she gets killed in a wrestling match. And it's about her quest to try to bring her back. She is approached by this otherworldly cosmic being, we'll say, and you know, he tells her that there is a way that she can bring her mother back. She has to compete in this kind of intergalactic, interdimensional, cosmic wrestling tournament, basically, with all these other beings from all these other dimensions. And it sounds crazy because it is, but it's awesome. Art and story by Daniel Warren Johnson. The art is phenomenal. In one video I compared it to an old school Jack Kirby comic, because there's so many panels in this where during the wrestling scenes you can feel the impact, and they use large sound effects, boom, and it fills the panel, and you know, you can see the impact and you can see the sound, and it's just amazing. There's so much action in this, but there's so much heart too. And this is one of the few comics where in the last issue I cried. I visibly shed tears because it was so touching and so moving. There have been almost no comics that have done that, but this comic did. So hands down, from Image Comics, Do a Powerbomb is my favorite of the year. So that's it, guys, my favorite books from Image Comics this year. Be sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite Image books were, and be sure to like or follow, subscribe for the next video where I talk about my favorite books from DC Comics.